There's something electrifying about Rory McIlroy's determination when he talks about the Ryder Cup and his dreams of Masters glory. It's a glimpse into a champion's heart at the peak of his powers. Winning an away Ryder Cup is one of the highest achievements in golf, McIlroy said firmly. And that's exactly what we plan to do at Bethpage. But here's where it gets controversial. Many might wonder if those bold words spoken in the heat of victory might just be bravado.
We're still the underdogs, which isn't a bad thing, but I believe we can pull off the win. McIlroy's Ryder Cup journey is nothing short of historic. As the sixth player in history to complete a career Grand Slam, his legacy is cemented, yet continues to rise. While the Masters victory in April, his final major after over a decade of pursuit, captured the world's attention. His mind was already set on the fierce battle at Bethpage long before that green jacket was secured. He recalls the 2012 European triumph at Medina with a mix of nostalgia and newfound appreciation. That was only my second Ryder Cup and my first win away, he says. At the time, I didn't fully grasp how monumental it was, especially how that Sunday exploded in intensity. It's a distant memory now, but one I cherish deeply. The feeling of that accomplishment was incredible. I hadn't truly realized how rare and tough it was to win away from home.
There's an intriguing theory swirling among golf enthusiasts. The Ryder Cup benefits from the tussle and unpredictability that even an occasional away victory injects. McIlroy agrees wholeheartedly. It doesn't need saving. It's already vibrant. But an away win would definitely add a new facet. What's captivating now is watching which team cracks first. It feels like a tennis duel. Who can break serve? The Americans hadn't won on European soil for 30 years before Rome, so the stakes and nerves are sky high. Tensions ran high in Rome when McIlroy nearly clashed with Joe LaCava, Patrick Cantlay's caddy, a situation McIlroy wisely sidestepped by changing his match to avoid confrontation, eventually earning a crucial point against Sam Burns. Historically, I play the third match, so they knew what to expect, he explains. But that day, it was better for the team if I stepped aside. On Sunday, the scoreboard is all that matters, not who you beat.
Anyone familiar with McIlroy's career knows he has faced his fair share of drama. At the 2016 Ryder Cup at Hazeltine, hostile fans and intense rivalries tested him. And with Rome's noisy supporters and now the famously passionate New York crowd awaiting at Bethpage, questions inevitably arise. What can we expect? McIlroy is candid. Nothing is scripted or pre-planned. But when you are under that kind of pressure, with crowds pushing you all day for almost a week, it's bound to boil over at some point. It might not even involve me directly. The key will be how well we support and protect each other as a team. A lighter moment comes when McIlroy is asked about Bryson DeChambeau's typical antics. He famously struggled while McIlroy shone at Augusta. DeChambeau has threatened to chirp in the ear of McIlroy at Bethpage this time, but Rory's response is icy. The only way Bryson gets noticed is by name-dropping others. Me, Scottie Scheffler, or whoever. That's all I think of it. Where this interview takes place adds a layer of poignancy. Exactly 7 years earlier, in this same East Lake locker room, McIlroy shared thoughts while Tiger Woods passed by. Woods, who would go on to win that week, and then the Masters the following spring. McIlroy was still chasing that elusive green jacket. Now, in 2025, it's McIlroy who signs flags, a Masters champion, while Woods is no longer active in competition. The Masters triumph shifted expectations instantly. Many prematurely speculated about a calendar slam, but McIlroy felt differently. I just wanted to enjoy the moment, he says. People want athletes to never say they're content because it sounds like they're not giving their all. But when you've chased a goal for so long and finally achieve it, it takes time to reset and find your next targets. This leads McIlroy deep into the psychological demands of elite sport. On one hand, he could have taken a break. On the other, the hunger to refocus drove him on. Even while thinking about the Ryder Cup,
he sunk a 30-foot birdie putt to make a playoff at the Irish Open, a tournament he would go on to win shortly after. That winning feeling, it's powerful, he reflects. For a while, nothing else seems to matter, although that's both a blessing and a curse. I've realized people don't remember money won, but majors won. That's legacy. So those big weeks, majors and Ryder Cup, they're what truly drive me now. The special bond with his caddy and best friend Harry Diamond shines through. Winning the Masters with Harry was unbelievable. I'd love to win the Open with him, and the US Open too. We've been so close. It's about the journey we've shared, not just me. Though McIlroy's home is in Florida, Europe feels like a second home and fuels his Ryder Cup fire. It reminds me of my early days as a pro, he says fondly. Those were simpler times, just loving to travel and play golf. Playing for home crowds, those who watched me grow, feels different, less pressure, easier to disconnect from the relentless tour grind. Being Rory McIlroy is a unique experience, one few can truly understand, despite many trying. When offered a moment of quiet, McIlroy's honest confession stands out. It's tough to love the spotlight all the time. Sometimes I wish I could just live quietly, away from the constant attention. But I know that comes with what I've achieved. There are moments I crave anonymity and a quieter life. Someday, that'll happen. For now, this is my shining moment. In 10 years it won't be. And that's when I